Hey everyone, this is Steven, StoicDev0 on Twitter. I am a Solidity dev at Remark, co-author of the AVM implementation of the protocol, together with 3 merged GIPs. This is part of the first project series where I teach you how I build snake soldiers. Remember, this is a personal project, it just happens to use Remark. In the previous video, we learned how to add the actual minting functionality by phase and ranks and included a function to withdraw the raised tokens. In this video, we will add the element reveal and I will tell you how we could do the revealing of the final character, in this case the snake soldier. Currently, each token has one of 3 assets, which are neutral X for each rank. On the first reveal, the X will change to one of the 4 elements. These also vary per rank, so we will have a total of 12 different assets. First, I want to explain 3 ways you can do reveals using Remark. The simplest one is to have a fixed token URI. That means all the tokens will have the same one. When it's the time to reveal, you as the collection issuer will simply send a new asset to every NFT with the revealed version. The Remark protocol should fall back to token URI if a token has no active assets. When the user accepts the asset, this is what will be shown. In our case, we could have a bit of logic for token URI, so it returns one of the 3 versions, according to the rank. Although that's the simplest way, we won't do it for these contracts. We already added an asset according to the rank on the mint. The second option is to program a claiming logic. We will do this to reveal the element of the egg. The general idea is that users will call a function which will check their rank and replace the existing asset with one of the 4 elements. It will also directly accept it, so the token owner does only one call. The advantage of this from the collection issuer perspective is that each user pays for the gas of their reveal. In the first approach, we would need to pay the gas of adding a token asset to each one. The disadvantage is that we are adding a piece of code which will only be used once, and size limit might become a problem. The third option is a variant of the first. It is what we will do later to reveal the final snake, when all the arts are ready. In this case, we will add an asset to each token, telling a contract to replace the element asset with the revealed snake. There is no programming needed for this, it's already part of the protocol. The disadvantage of this method is that we as issuers pay the gas of sending assets to tokens, and then users also have to do a call to accept it. In exchange, we can send the assets as they are ready. In the case of our project, the generals will have a much more customized arts, so we can reveal them by batches. We already have 3 assets for the unrevealed X. I will add the versions for each element and for each rank, and also an asset ID for the snake. They are not added at this moment, but they will be by the time the minting starts. We will also need a mapping to know whether an element was already revealed. We'll put it here. That's it. Now let's create our reveal function. I want it to be gated so that only the owner or some address that the owner has approved to manage its assets will be able to do it. Now let's fill in our function. First, we will do a check that the element is not already revealed. Let's quickly add this error. We go back and we make sure that when the first time it goes here, it will be marked as revealed. Then we need to know what the old asset and the new asset will be. This will depend on the ID of the token. So the idea is that if soldier A was set to be fire, the next one will be earth, and the next one will be water, and the next one will be air, and the cycle will begin again. This is also known as round robin. So I could have a 12 branch if here to check for each of the combinations, but since they are one after the other, I can just check for the first one. So I will be sure that if I'm after the soldier's offset, which only soldiers can be here, only the ID of the token soldiers can be here, the old asset, it's a soldier egg, the unrevealed version. And the new asset will be starting by the egg of fire. I will just add the modulo operation here. So first one will be fire, the result here is 0, then it will be earth, water, and so on. And it will start over. The same, if it wasn't a soldier, but it's on the commander's range, I will know that the old asset was an unrevealed commander egg, and I will assign this with the same modulo trick. And finally, otherwise it has to be a general, same trick here. I will finish by adding this asset to the token ID, telling it that this is the new asset ID and that it will replace the old one, the unrevealed version. And I will also directly accept it in behalf of the user. Since he's the one doing this call anyway, it's fine. I run prettier and compiled, and that's it for the video. On the next one, we will see how to enable gifts or airdrops, that is free means. We want this to reward the community. See you next. Bye.